The Vagina Monologues performance at the Lincoln Theater in Washington, D.C. is just a piece of the puzzle in V-Day, a worldwide campaign towards freedom for women and girls dealing with domestic violence. Novelteens reporter Jade Earl has more on this star-studded event.
The audience cheered and applauded when Sherry Shepherd from The View, Taj Johnson-George from the girl group SWV, and Star Jones graced the stage at the Lincoln Theater. They were just a few who acted out real women's stories of intimacy, vulnerability, and sexual self-discovery. But most of these African-American women had experiences with domestic violence. Shepherd experienced and witnessed domestic violence growing up as a teen.
I saw it with my parents. I saw it with people in my family who didn't know how to handle issues except by fighting. Like I said, as a teenager, I was a victim of physical violence because I had seen it when I was growing up, so I thought that was the way that a man loved me. And then I realized that is not what I deserve. That's not the way I should be treated.
Shepherd isn't alone. Bureau of Justice statistics show that African American women experience intimate partner violence at rates 35% higher than their white counterparts and 2.5 times more than the rate of men and other races. Stephen Gillard, the executive director at Men Can Stop Rape, says a lot of African American men are raised by their mothers, and one problem could be how men view what it means to be a man.
And I think if you look at the fact that men are not being raised by their fathers, that young men are not being raised by their fathers, that their imagery of masculinity, their imagery of manhood is very different, and it comes from very different places than others.
Audience member Leo McCrae witnessed domestic violence and agrees what it means to be a man in society is skewed.
Well, unfortunately, I would absolutely say that men have a poor habit of not being able to express themselves. And unfortunately, society has bred men to be aggressive. You're supposed to be, a strong man.
Another audience member, Mamie Doris,
when they get
a domestic
angry,
violence
the
survivor,
way they show their
says
anger is
it's
through
a
violence,
problem that needs
some type of physical form.
I think it's a phenomenon that needs to be addressed in our country. I know that there's way too much violence, and I'm hoping that plays like this will bring attention to the issue and help our men and children understand that they cannot violate women or anyone.
V-Day hosts nationwide events all year long, bringing awareness to domestic violence in all communities around the world. For more information, you can go to v-day.org. The next event is in New Orleans in April. Some of the celebs hosting include Oprah Winfrey, Salma Hayek, and Kerry Washington. For Novelteens Inc., I'm Jade Earl.